Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, there's no war yet between Iran and Israel, although it's according to what's being said, if you can believe any of that, the tensions are rising moment by moment. And the Republic Guard in Iran, and apparently a lot of the people in Iran are demanding now that Iran go full, no holds barred against Israel. Now, I will point out that Iran is known for their talk and not a lot of follow through. And so, I'm kind of wondering if Iran is kind of concerned that they've bit off more than they could chew, or if they truly are ready for this. So we'll see over the next coming days. Things could heat up there really big. And the oil market's gone up, and they're saying it's probably going to at least break 100 a barrel. Gold, of course, is continually going up. All kinds of stuff is going up, and a lot of stuff is getting kind of crazy over there. So something to be watching about. But I wanted to talk about something different. I want to talk about food. I do apologize for getting a video out late today. I did get a call this morning, and I was, no joke, getting ready to record a video and got a call. But so that's why it's late today. But anyways, food is so important. I mean, some of us probably have to eat more food than we should lose some weight, and I'm speaking to myself. Okay, I've lost some, but I need to lose more. But food is important, and food is used to control us. And that is exactly what's going to start happening. And I want to get a warning out to all of you that it's quite possible that over the next coming months, I mean, it is an election year, that this whole H5N1 bird flu thing, even though if it may not end up being a pandemic of people, meaning that, there's a lot of people that get it possibly, because it hasn't really shown to successfully transmit in people and then person to person. That's the big thing. That could happen. But what is happening, at least according to the news, and I mean, it's 1984, so you don't really know what you can and cannot believe, but according to them, there's a lot of cattle, a lot of dairy cattle that are getting the bird flu, and it's not so much that they're getting it. It says that they're finding it in the milk and the udders. It's kind of strange. I read a report that they believe that they're not necessarily getting it from, transmitted it from chickens to cows. It's that it's in contamination in the milking equipment, which is strange to me, because I've been on and worked on dairy farms. I've had some dairy cattle myself in the past, and I don't know that I've ever seen a dairy farm that has chickens right next to where they do the milking. So I'm not quite sure how the transmission is happening from chicken, the birds, the poop, whatever, to the milking equipment. That's usually most of the ones I've ever been on. They're very, very serious about their sanitation of milking equipment. So that's a strange one, but we'll just move on from there. There's now, I believe, 7 herds that have been tested positive to bird flu. And like I said, they're saying that it's actually still coming from the birds. So there's been some birds already killed, culled because of that. And I suspect that we're going to start seeing over the coming days and weeks more. They're going to start probably telling you your backyard flocks are dangerous, that they need to either be registered or culled. They've already tried doing that. They've been pushing that for a long time. There's certain areas that maybe the local areas trying to push that you have to register your local flock and allow people to come in and test them. I would resist that every chance I get. If you can't raise food for yourself, then you don't need to live in that place. That's just, to me, that's just plain and simple. And get out of that place and find a place where you can be free, not be a slave, and raise your own food. But I suspect that's going to start being an issue. We're seeing the them kill a lot of birds already. We've already seen that, and I think that's going to keep happening. So we're going to see prices of that go up. We could potentially, possibly see cattle herds, whether they be dairy, and I've not seen any evidence yet that they've gotten into beef, but who knows? It could happen. I don't think there's anything off the table when it comes to this kind of stuff. And we have to realize that this is another way for them to control us, to control the food, what's in the food, how much we get, how much it is, you know, the whole green initiatives and climate control kind of stuff. They want us to stop eating meat. Remember the World Economic Forum that, you know, you won't eat meat, you'll eat bugs. And I think it's ironic, although I'm not making a direct correlation, I'm not making any kind of accusations or conspiracies, but I do think it's a little ironic that this bird flu has reared its ugly head once again right after Tyson made the purchase or merger with the world's largest bug protein company. So you've probably seen that and heard that, but Tyson is now partners or owners, I can't remember the exact legal details, but of this big bug meal company. And there's been rumors that Tyson will be putting bug meal, adding that protein to their products. And so here's the, you know, I guess the biggest poultry producer in the world, at least in America. And just before, you know, H5N1 decides to go crazy again, they purchase a big bug meal so that they can just switch over to that, right? So they want you eating bugs, which is completely unhealthy. Most of it's completely unclean for those of us that care about that, but there's been so much evidence indicating that it's actually not healthy at all to be eating bugs, that there's certain enzymes in bugs that, you know, in small amounts, and I'm not saying it's okay to eat, you know, or that you should eat them in small amounts, but in small amounts, which has been what's typically happened in human history, you know, for survival reasons or whatever, they'll eat a few bugs and that's it. But in large concentrated quantities, which is what you would be getting in bug meal. I mean, you know, how many thousands of bugs it takes to make a half a pound of bug meal. You're getting these certain enzymes and chemicals that we should not be eating at all. And they know that. They know it's a way to control you. And then, of course, there's all the genetically modified, genetic bioengineered organisms, excuse me, and all that kind of stuff that's happening. So the point of all this is that they're coming for your belly. They're coming for your nutrition, for your health. We've known that. Look at all the stuff that they've been pushing. I mean, the Bill Gates, whatever foundation study found that it's healthier to eat M&Ms than it is to eat beef and pork. Like, what kind of absurdity is that? Is there anyone out there that actually believes that? Anyone? There's even people that eat junk food way too much. I mean, excessive amounts of junk food. I would be shocked to find out that any of them actually believe it's healthy. They do it because they want to. And this is the kind of garbage that's been out there. The vaccinations, the pills that they're pushing on people, all of this stuff. You know, the ingredients in food is absolutely atrocious. And if you don't believe me, look at the difference of the exact same products here in the United States versus, say, Europe. You know, oatmeal that you buy, the McDonald's French fries, Coca-Cola, all these different products that you can buy elsewhere. In other countries are typically fairly clean ingredients. And yet here in the United States, they're just filled with like jet fuel and all of these crazy, crazy ingredients that are absolutely not food products. They're not food at all, but yet they're putting it in there. And there is I believe, a very large effort that's been going on for a long time to make us unhealthy. And it's worked. I just read this morning that their cancer cases, especially among young people, are skyrocketing. They're expecting something like 50+% by 2050 increase in cancer cases to young people. Am I saying that this is directly causing that? No, I'm just saying that the public health has gone down drastically. You've all seen the pictures of current photographs of people on the beach versus photographs of people on the beach back in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. There's an obvious difference in people's health. They want us to be sick. They want us to be dependent upon them. That's the whole big thing all along. Whether it's through your finances, your retirement, your education, your debt, the currency, the dollar, your health, everything. Everything that's been going on for the last century or so has been developed in a way to make us more dependent upon this system, to make us slaves to the system, to create the nanny state. And that was being talked about back when I was a kid. And they've successfully done that. And it's about to very potentially kind of hit a tipping point to where they've got enough people sucking on the government's teats to where they can kind of flip the switch and go full on taking their food away and replacing it with, the most ungodly types of things for you to eat. We need to be aware of that, and we need to be ready for that. You need to be aware of what's in your food, the ingredients. It may cost more money. It most likely is going to, for you to buy good quality products, good, clean food. But that should be a priority. I mean, if you have to, get a cheap cell phone instead of a fancy brand new phone or something, I'm telling you, there's not much right now should be a higher priority when it comes to your finances as eating good, clean food that is not, filled with chemicals and all this other junk, because everything's that way. And the way the laws are reading, did you know that they can put bioengineered food in your ingredients in your food, and they don't have to label it as long as they put some kind of like QR code or website on the back. So if you pick up a package, and of course I don't have any examples of it with me, but if you pick up a drink or a bag of chips or whatever it is, can of beans, and on the back it says, for more information, go to this website or click on this or whatever. It's quite possible, not guaranteed, but it's quite possible that is something that's bioengineered. They're doing that, and that's legal now. They don't have to actually put it on the label. Some products do put it on the label, but legally they don't have to say this has bioengineered blah 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 in it, as long as they have a website somehow for you to go to that website, and on the website it's going to say what's in it. And they know that the 99.9% of the people probably are not going to go through the grocery store, looking up products and on the websites, on their phone, that kind of stuff. They're just not going to do it. This is becoming a very serious thing. And I think just as serious as the hundreds of thousands of people that's coming across the border every month. Because so many of you say in the comments or tell me directly that you're going to take a stand. You're going to stand against this. You're going to, there's a line in the sand, and you're going to stand there and you're going to defend your rights, your home, your family, your community, your your country, whatever it is. You're going to take that stand and you're going to fight to the end, whatever that is to you. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot if your health is horrible. And the average American's health right now, no matter how good you think your health is, in comparison to 50 years ago, or comparing to other countries, is horrible. We have horrible health, and it's all been orchestrated for purpose. And so, to wrap it up, you need to be, number one, producing your own food. If at all possible, produce as much of your own food as possible. And for what you can't produce, or if you just can't produce at all, you need to find solid, reputable producers in your area to get your food from, whether it's your meat, your vegetables, your dairy products, whatever. And then if you don't have that, do extra research on products and try to find products. And sometimes it's difficult. My wife and I, at times, have spent a lot of energy trying to research if this product is legit, if they truly are clean, if they truly, the ingredients are actually good quality. And it needs to be a high priority for everyone, because the garbage that's being done and the control that's being exerted over the food that you put in your body so that you can not just stay alive, but be healthy. It's a lot. They're putting a lot of energy into it. You should be putting the same amount of energy into making sure that what you're eating is healthy. And a lot of people don't. They just buy whatever's on the shelf, whatever's the cheapest, whatever's on sale, and they don't even think about it. And we have to stop doing that, because that is one of the biggest ways. And then of course it gets you addicted to the pharmacy system, because you've damaged your body, your liver, your organs, your heart, all this kind of stuff, because you've eaten all of this garbage food for so long. And then, now you have to have medicines. So we've got to be doing that. Folks, it's time to get your house in order and prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.